Welcome to another quick tips and tricks video. I haven't done a lot of these one lately because, well, frankly, Alpha 16 is coming to an end and, well, there's not that many new tricks that I can teach that people probably don't know about. But this one is really cool. And since you definitely will enjoy this one, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get notified in the future. Do it now before you forget. You can even pause the video. Don't worry about it. You're not going to miss a thing. So today, we'll be taking a look at an extremely cool elevator I've coded into the game. Okay, that's only about half true. It is actually an extremely cool elevator, just that I didn't make it. And you might, with perhaps some justification, be thinking that I'm just playing a trick here. But actually, I'm not. This time, I'm really not. This elevator, while it is in an unfinished state, it actually works. And it exists in 7 Days to Die, Alpha 16 in vanilla. No mods required. So I think that's really cool, and I actually didn't know about it until a guy called Brian commented on my previous video and let me know. For those so inclined, it is block number 1587 in blocks.xml file that you can find in the data/config directory. And if you have a look there, you'll see something called elevator test, and that'll tell you that I'm not lying. So let me show this off. So you walk in. It's a little bit weird as far as placement go. It looks like it's almost into this corner here, but you'll see it's going to shift out. So I'm going to have to jump up here because I didn't make any steps. I didn't actually have any space here. And then you access it like a door. And even here it has the door sound. It goes up. It brings you up about 8 blocks, and then you step up. And you do whatever you're doing here, and then you go back. There is a gap here, but you're not going to fall through, I hope. Okay, and then you use it again. It says use door. I think it was using a lot of the door code. You hit E and it brings you down again. So now you might have noticed that the model is weirdly placed in the block space, and it is a bit jittery and skippy as you go up and down. As well, as I said, it sounds like a wooden door. I think that's part of it being an unfinished product. It is called elevator test after all. So why haven't you seen this before? Well, it is in the game. It is in the vanilla game as well. You currently need to be in creative in order to do that. So let's get into creative mode here. And let's go, oops, wrong one. Let's go into here, and you hit the the dev blocks, and you would type in elevator test. We'll get this one. Let's take a bunch of these ones. So that's why you don't see them normally, because you have to be in creative or checking out the dev blocks. So you can't buy it, you can't craft it. But let's see here. So this is how it is. So I can turn this around, and it looks, as you see, it's really weird. It doesn't occupy the blocks as you would imagine. It's offset. I figured they probably didn't care about that when they were just testing it out. We can place it, and then sometimes it goes into the correct, spaces, as you see here. Not always though. And once it's down, you can just use it. But you notice it's a little bit weird. It does work. But if you don't want to just creative it in, you could, for instance, just put them in the trader, add the block to be sold at the trader, or you could create a recipe to actually craft it yourself. That would allow you to use them without, cheating them in. So it's a pretty cool thing to do. It also works for entities. So if I put, let me get into debug mode menu here, and I'm going to do this one, and let me turn off the AI. Alright, so if I do this, you'll see it brings up the zombie here. Now if I bring it down, it will go down. So that's pretty cool. So you could use it to bring zombies up and down. You could use it for your mini bike instead of having, the hatchavator. So that's it works pretty smoothly. I mean, if it had the right model and it wasn't, so jittery and, placed weirdly, I think it would be actually quite cool. So it's not fully smooth, and it hovers here, unfortunately, as you can see. So I think the devs should work more on this, because, if you put this in your base, have some electricity to call it, activate it going up and down, maybe even configure of how high it goes, I think that would allow it to be a really cool addition. So, isn't this a cool tip? Leave me a like and comment below. Do you think you would use this in 7 Days to Die if they implemented a real elevator for us to use in our buildings? And maybe with some elevator music. Well, catch you next time, Survivor.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.